morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on Fox 23 News. I'm Nicole Menner. After a rally that saw Southern Miss win 3 of their final 4 games to become bowl eligible, the Golden Eagles have been snubbed of a bowl bid. This marks the first time since 2014 that the program has been left out of the postseason. The last time USM has missed out on a bowl bid despite winning 6 games was back in 2001 under former coach Jeff Bauer. The team had made consecutive bowl appearances in Coach Jay Hobson's first 2 seasons, and Southern Miss was one of 4 bowl-eligible teams to not receive an invitation, including Louisiana Monroe, Miami, Ohio, and Wyoming. And another blow to Southern Miss would come Sunday as athletic director John Gilbert is leaving Hattiesburg and heading to East Carolina University. Gilbert was hired at Southern Miss in January of 2017, as the university will look to hire their second athletic director in less than 2 years. Southern Miss president Rodney Bennett officially announced the resignation Monday morning, saying he expected to name an interim director of athletics and move as quickly as possible to identify a permanent replacement. This will be Bennett's 3rd hire of an AD since becoming president back in 2013. So the only Mississippi team heading to a bowl are the Mississippi State Bulldogs, following an 8-win campaign. The Dogs were selected to participate in their first ever Outback Bowl that will take place in Tampa, Florida on New Year's Day. It's a school record 9th straight bowl appearance for MSU, who will meet up with the 8-4 Iowa Hawkeyes. Joe Moorhead becomes just the 2nd MSU head coach to lead the Dogs to a bowl game in his first season as a coach. The New Year's Day game will kick off at 11 a.m. at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Raymond James Stadium, and it will be broadcast on ESPN2. And with that, the final college football playoff rankings are out. Alabama survived their scare against Georgia Saturday to wrap up the top spot, while Clemson, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma filled out the remainder of that bracket. The Sooners jumped from 5-4 after their Big 12 title game win over Texas, aided by Georgia's loss to Bama that would open the door to sneak on in. Georgia, Ohio State, and Michigan finished just outside of the top 4 at 5, 6, and 7. The Clemson-Notre Dame semifinal kicks off December 29th at 3 o'clock, followed by the Crimson Tide in OU semifinal at 7. Well, over on the hardwood, the Golden Eagles put forth their 4th best performance in school history with a 106-46 win over Rust on Sunday afternoon. They held Rust to just 18 points in the first half, also going 8 for 17 on threes during that time. Dominic McGee scoring a team-high 14, while Tyree Griffin added 13. This was the 2nd time this season that Southern Miss would have 5 players scoring in the double digits. The team also posted 31 assists for the 5th most in school history and the most since having 32 against Rust last year. The guys will get a long break, returning to the court December 11th, going up against Millsaps. And on the strength of victories over Alcorn State and Dayton, the Mississippi State men's basketball team has moved up to number 22 in both the AP and top 25 coaches polls. The Dogs are one of 4 SEC teams ranked in this week's polls and will be tested later this week as they host McNeese State tomorrow before taking on Clemson Saturday in New Jersey. And the Mississippi State women's hoops team flexed their muscles on Sunday in a top 10 matchup going up against Texas. The Dogs would dominate from the jump, racing out to a 20-point lead early in the second half, and the first of many statement victories expected this season. Jasmine Holmes led the way with 17 points, while Chloe Bibby did all the heavy lifting from the outside, connecting on a pair of threes to finish with 14 points while playing every second of the game. The win was MSU's 44th straight out of conference. The 8-0 Lady Dogs have a tough Marquette team coming to town on Thursday at 7 o'clock on SEC Network Plus. And we expected that they would be good again this season, especially after making it to the championship game. Last year, Vic Schaefer runs a good squad over there.
I wonder if Pat Summitt's son is still at Marquette. It could be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it should be one of their tougher ones.
Thank you.